Did you know that the word homosexual wasn't in the Bible until 1946? Before that, the original 1 Corinthians 6:9 referred to exploitation like older men with young boys. But when the Revised Standard Version was published in 1946, they changed the wording to make it about same-sex love instead. And that one mistranslation became fuel for decades of fear and shame, not because God said so, but because a group of translators did. So they rewrote the story again, turned queerness into something to shame and divine fluidity into something to fear.
So I don't know what divine fluidity is, but I do know the scripture and a little bit of the Greek, so we can look at what it is without the RSV translation problem. But first, pulling out the big Bible for this one, 1 Corinthians 6:9 says, "Do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of heaven? Do not be deceived. Neither the immoral, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor homosexuals." And then 10 says, "Nor thieves, nor the greedy, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor robbers will inherit the kingdom of heaven." Now, in the revision note, it says the Greek has effeminate nor sodomites. The apostle condemns not the inherent tendencies as such, but the indulgence of them. So would you rather we just say effeminate and sodomite instead of homosexual? But this is the RSV translation. Maybe they changed it. Okay, and let's look at the Greek. The original Greek says malakoi ote arsenokaitai. Malakoi, meaning effeminate, was also a slang term for certain types of sexual behavior. And arsenokoitai literally means men who have sex with other men. Now, granted, it could also mean exploitation of older men sleeping with younger boys. That could be true. However, there was another term in Greek, paiderastes, which just meant boy lover. So that would more likely be the term that the apostle would have used if we're talking about specifically condemning exploitation of older men and younger boys, like pedophilia stuff. But if it is just men who are sleeping with other men, then arsenokoitai makes sense. I'm not saying the scripture says that we need to shame those who have same-sex attraction. Obviously not. Love the sinner, hate the sin. However, even if the specific term homosexual isn't there in 1 Corinthians 6:9 until a later translation, it doesn't mean that the meaning is still not saying the same thing. This is implying someone who is living an actively homosexual lifestyle, not just someone who has same-sex attraction. So no, it's not about some hierarchical, patriarchal change of ensuring submissiveness and preventing some sort of divine queerness. No, it's just a difference in translation of using expressive terms of just effeminate and those men having sex with other men and just boiling that down to homosexual.